Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we are going to be discussing the Netflix movie Vivo. Now Vivo starts off with Andreas and Vivo doing their performance in Cuba. And the first song we get is out of the show, out of the movie, is "If Y'all Like That, Can You Pass the Hat?" And then when the song is over, Andreas and Vivo are eating some mangoes. And then Andreas gets a letter from his old from his old friend Martha, who is also the love of his life, but he never told her. So when he goes back to the apartment, he is so excited and he is packing the bag to go to the Mana Cabana, and I just love that all his friends said, "Andreas, you have got to go see Martha and tell her that you love her once and for all." And his friends are so supportive because they're like giving him money. Meanwhile, Vivo over here is like, "You can't go to the Marna Cabana to go see Martha after all these years. You are an old man and you have got to know your limits." And I'm like, "Vivo, show your boy some support here. Show him some support." So, meanwhile, while Andres and Vivo go back to the apartment, Andres is packing a bag and he tells Vivo that Martha is an old friend of her, that a long time ago, when he was young, him and Martha were singing partners. And at the end of their at the end of at the end of at the end of one of their shows, Andreas was gonna tell Martha how he felt. But then, just when he was, they got interrupted from an agent from the United States who said that he wanted Martha to become a real famous singer. So, with that in mind, Martha went to the United States because they, Martha and Andreas were from Cuba, but she went to the United States to be a famous singer with her producer. And now Martha has just written to Andreas that she is actually retiring, and she would love it if Andreas will come and sing with her one last time before she retires. And so that's where he is packing up to go. And then and then and and then we get a beautiful song called the Mambo Cabana, which is where Martha is doing her final show act. So 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 we actually get this beautiful imagery of Andreas and Martha when they're young, dancing at the Mambo Cabana and saying that it is not too late. And then Vivo gets mad and then he climbs out the window. And I'm like, Vivo, can't you see that this is really important to Andres? And this is what and this is actually what Andres said to Vivo. He said to Vivo that seeing Martha is really important to me, and telling her how I feel is really important to me. So I gotta do it, Vivo. So Vivo goes back after actually realizing what Andreas has done for him all these years, taking care of him, having his back, taking care of it, taking care of Vivo all these years. So he goes back and he actually packs Andreas' bag. And then he gets up the next morning and he says good morning and he apologizes for last night. And as Andreas lays there, the song drops to the floor and Vivo realizes that he passed away in his sleep last night. But when he went back to the apartment, he just thought he was sleeping. So Andreas has now passed away in his sleep, and the song drops to the floor. And as the wind picks up, the song ends up flying out of the window, but Vivo catches it and he holds it as it is the last thing that he has of Andreas. And at the funeral, we meet his great granddaughter Gabby, who is related to him because her father, who just passed away, that was his great grandfather. So she actually meets Vivo, and Gabby, who is my favorite character, tells Vivo, I understand what you're going to. She actually tells Vivo, I understand what you're going through. I lost my dad too. Hey, I have an idea. Why don't you come with me to Florida? we can hang out all the time. But Vivo, Vivo still being sad about Andreas. When Gabby tells him to get in her backpack, she is so happy about it. But Vivo is not that happy about it. So he actually closes the bag and 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 this is when Gabby says, Vivo, where are you going? Are you worried about how you're gonna be going to the bathroom? It's okay, I got wipes in here. So they all create this beautiful they all create this beautiful they all create this beautiful shrine to Andres, and they all put white roses in front of his picture, and they play one more song as Andreas used to play for them in Cuba by using his device to play one more song. It's like a it's like a like a it's like a it's like a DVD slash wound up player. I don't know the name of it, but yeah. So they play one more song for Andreas by using his stuff that he used to use to perform all the time. And then when everybody leaves, Vivo puts a rose up there, and he said, so basically the next song that we get is so basically Vivo says, I will take this song home where it belongs, cause we have one more. And actually this song, One More Song, is pretty catchy. Actually the whole soundtrack is catchy anyway. So Vivo makes Vivo makes a promise to Andreas about no matter what it takes, he will take the song home to Martha so she can hear it. And and while and and while Vivo is thinking of a way to get to Miami, to see Martha, a bus actually pulls up, and he tries to get on the bus, but the bus driver sprays him with a fire extinguisher, and he says, not on my watch. I don't care what kind of animal you are not getting on my bus. So with not taking a bus, Vivo is out of ideas when he hears Gabby playing the accordion, and Gabby tells her mother maybe if Vivo hears it, he will come to me, and he can go back home with us to Florida. And her mom tells her, Gabby, like I said before, no pets. But Vivo, hearing this and knowing that Florida is close to Miami where Martha is, he actually gets on the plane in Gabby's bag. Oh, and we pass over to Martha, who has arrived in Marta Cabana, the hotel where she does her final show, and she is waiting for Andreas. But don't worry, we will come back to that sadness another time. Meanwhile, back on the happy side of things, Gabby and Vivo see each other because Gabby unpacks her bag of instruments that Andreas had left just for Gabby because Gabby is a big fan of music. She sees the song that Vivo is trying to get to Martha. And Martha says, wait. And Gabby says, you came here to deliver the song to Martha, didn't you? Because I seen the letter that Andreas wrote. And do you know what this means, Vivo? He never got to tell Martha how he really felt, and I am gonna help you deliver the song to Martha. So, Gabby searches for a bus ticket. Meanwhile, she actually searches for a bus ticket. Meanwhile, the mom, before she found Vivo in her bag, the mom tried to get her to sign up for the Sand Dollars. So the Sand Dollars are Girl Scouts, and Gabby says, "Well, Mom, that's not really my thing." And this is when the mom says, "Gabby, you are going to make friends, and you're going to sell cookies, and you're going to bond." And the reason the mom wants her to do this is because she wants Gabby to make some friends and not feel lonely. But Gabby actually puts her her uniform in the microwave as she is heating up her jelly donuts. And actually, she actually goes to catch the bus, but then the Sand Dollars catch her, and they tell her that she is out of uniform. But Gabby tells them that the only reason she's out of uniform and didn't come to the cookie sale today is because she was too busy rescuing Vivo, and then this girl named Becky tells Gabby, "Oh, that is a Pikachu." And a Pikachu isn't something I made up, guys. That is the name of the monkey. That is a Pikachu monkey, and you do know that they have to be vaccinated, right? And and this is when Gabby says, "Oh, the vaccinations. Oh yeah, we did that." And then and 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 then Becky says, okay, then you wouldn't mind me seeing the papers of his vaccinations. And I'm like, Becky, we don't have time for this. We gotta catch a bus. And since Gabby was spending all her time talking to Becky, she actually missed the bus. And Vivo got upset because the girls are chasing after her now to get Vivo from her. And then Vivo's trying to hold them off with stuff in Gabby's backpack. Oh, and she did try to talk her mom into talking to. She actually did try to talk her mom into taking her to a concert, but the mom said no, because you cannot name one song. Now, put on the uniform. I'm not going to tell you again. We don't want to be late for the cookie sale. So while Gabby is trying to get to the Mambo Cabana in Miami, her mom is looking for her, and the mom sees her bus schedule. So the mom hunts down the bus. She finds the bus and she thinks Gabby is on it. So she calls Gabby's phone while she is yelling at the bus. Now that is a mom. And I know my mom will be doing the same thing if I went to Miami without her permission and I was 10 years old. My mom is a great mom, and so is Gabby's mom. I just love the mom so much in this movie. So anyway, she goes to the bus and she honks at the bus driver. And then the bus driver passes her and he says the same, not on my watch thing. And then, so they had to escape the Girl Scouts. They go over to where the sand is. So now they're on an island. And Vivo found a raft. But, but my girl Gabby puts her bike on the raft, and honestly, not gonna lie, I thought the raft would hold the bike too, but it ended up sinking it down. So Vivo actually gets upset with her, and it turns out that Gabby actually builds a boat, and so they go sailing, and then we get You and I is the next song. But then there is a storm and the water is rocking the boat like really 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 badly, and Vivo and Gabby, they get separated. And so Vivo goes looking for her in the swamp. And the Sand Dollars, their best friend Eva, who is also a Sand Dollar, had the boat. So they sailed to the swamp to get Vivo. Even though I think they should have went back to the cookie booth because I think their parents would be worried. But anyway, the movie is not about the Sand Dollars, even though I think they should have went back to the cookie booth because their parents would have been worried. And how did those girls know how to use the boat in the first place? I mean, I'm not saying they're smart. They are very, very smart girls, but Why are their parents or no adult watching them? Oh yeah, and 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 the there this man, Mr. Punishment, who goes to buy cookies, and the girls look at his bag of grocery that he has for himself, and they say, well, you do know if you use a sand dollar paper bag instead of a plastic one, you won't have the blood of Mother Nature on your hands. And and actually, this is when he said the most funniest line in the movie. He says, "I'm not a bad man. I just want to buy a cookie." And I am there with you, my friend. Like, let him just buy a cookie. Why do you have to just judge him about his plastic bag? Okay, so anyway, the girls find Gabby while she is searching for Vivo, and Gabby has lost the song, but the Sand Dollars have the song, and the Sand Dollars say, "You will get the song back when Vivo, the Pikachu, is in our custody, so we can take him to go get his vaccinations." So she is yelling for Vivo, but they actually get attacked by an alligator. But it's okay, because the stuff in Gabby's bag holds them off. Because the girls are throwing, they are throwing everything in that bag at that alligator. And Vivo comes to the rescue by getting the snake stuck in a tree. Oh, and before this ever happened, we meet Valerino, a bird who actually feels lonely during mating season because he can never get a mate, right? So he says to Vivo, "Oh Vivo, I'm just gonna go hibernate," and Vivo and Vivo is actually a good friend to him by saying to him, "No, you are not gonna go hibernate, my friend. You are gonna go talk to this girl you like, and you're gonna go tell her how you feel." So he actually does do it, and then Valentina, the girl he likes, her and Daltorino are together now. So 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 they are a couple now. But he promised Vivo that he would help him find Gabby. But since Dallarino helped Vivo get saved from a snake, him and Valentino are helping Vivo find Gabby. So Vivo, Daltorino, and Valentina find Gabby being threatened by a snake. And Vivo helps save him, and Vivo helps save Gabby and the Girl Scouts by making noise and actually getting the snake stuck in a tree. And actually, the branch broke. The branch broke that the snake was on, and yeah, the alligators have the snake now. So anyway, everybody is safe. So anyway, back in the swamp, everybody is safe. Gabby, Gabby and Gabby and Becky have an understanding now. Becky says thank you to Vivo, even though that he is not vaccinated. He did help save their lives from a snake, so they are okay. And it, and Becky actually tells Gabby that she can have the song back, but then Becky loses the song in the water, and then they all go back home on the boat. But Gabby is humming and singing the song, and Vivo is telling Vivo is telling Donarino about how that song was his last chance to make everything up to Andreas, because when Andreas needed him, he turned his back, and now it's too late to say that he was sorry about their fight. And he thought that, and and he thought, and he thought, and he thought bringing Martha the song will would have made up for everything, but now it's too late. But my girl Gabby, she is singing the song, and Vivo actually takes her flute from her and actually does the melody. So Vivo and Gabby find out that if Vivo knows the melody and Gabby knows the lyrics, they still got the song. So they write the song on the ship, and they turn the boat around to go to Miami to give it to Martha. Meanwhile, the mom gets there and she tries to get Gabby to go home. But Gabby tries to run to Martha's door before the show starts. And Martha doesn't want to perform because she is sad about Andreas, because she's been looking for him all day, and the lady, her assistant, told her that Andreas has passed away in his sleep. And she gives her the newspaper, and Martha is just so sad. Meanwhile, back with Gabby, she actually gets trapped in a door, and then, for the first time in this movie, when Gabby gets trapped in the door, she tells Vivo one last plan. You have to deliver the song without me. And here, so in the beginning of the movie, Gabby tried to give Vivo a friendship bracelet, but he didn't want it. So she slides her friendship bracelet under the door and says, "Here's something to remember me by. Take this friendship bracelet." And for the first time in the movie, Vivo calls Gabby his partner because Vivo was slowly warming up to Gabby, and Vivo calls Gabby his partner. And so Vivo gives the song to Martha, and Martha says, "I thought this concert was saying goodbye to the old songs, but now I have a new song to sing. Thank you, Vivo." And I have to go now. But you know what, Vivo? Andreas would be so proud of you. And so he looks at Andreas' picture and he puts a flower into it. And then he looks at the friendship bracelet that Gabby has given to him. And then he goes to catch after Gabby and her mom. And then Gabby tells her mom that, "You don't understand. Vivo had to take that song to Martha because Andreas never got to tell Martha how he felt. Just like I never got to tell Dad how much I loved him. Andreas never got to tell Martha how much he loved her." And then this is when Andreas' mother stops the car, and Vivo is in the car as well now. And and um Gabby mother tells her that your dad knew how much you loved him, and that love never goes away, Gabby. And she actually called Vivo family, and they share a family hug. And now they are off to the concert, and she actually dedicates the song to Andreas. And then in the song, you see a young you actually see a young Andreas and a young Martha dancing together. And at the end of the song, you see Andreas tipping his hat to Vivo to say thank you. And you actually see Vivo tipping his hat to Andreas to say, "You're welcome." So Vivo completed his mission, and now Vivo and Gabby live together now. They are in Florida, and they put on a show every afternoon, just like Andreas and Vivo did, but with Gabby's sound system. And they do a nice remix to Pass the Hat. But instead of Pass the Hat, it's Sing Along. And then at the end of the movie, it turns out that Martha came to Florida and she is singing the song with them. And then at the end, they both sing that they are one of a kind. And then Vivo and Gabby hug. And that and that is the end of Vivo. Bye, and see you guys in my next video. Bye.